This is the at least 10-ton version of the snakehead I have in my possession. You can see the eye of the snake here on the right hand side, the nose slit down here on the bottom, very clearly in this picture. I have several weeks of footage of this dig, getting the snakehead out of the hole. Also have where a friend came up from the chat. Her name is Lisa, and she came to help dig around in the hole, and she found this egg. Doing this in bad reception area right now, best I can. So there's your big effigy. We're all digging all these smaller effigies out of it. There's a plume laying right on top of the head right there. Oops. And we're digging into
Oh, she ain't got it. Okay. It's coming.
I'm looking for her to find the egg. There's the egg. Somewhere in here. Hundreds of smaller effigies of the same head, and then this egg. You can see it came out of the same hole. And there's an amazing amount of geometric shapes on this thing, and stars and flowers. The Eye of Ra is on it. All sorts of different patterns on this egg. It's a beautiful specimen. Painted Turtle Endeavors has it. Also, the first couple of digs found the concrete there on the site that they're calling pudding stone, but the pudding stone has the exact same matrix makeup as the jade head that I have here. Now this is yeah, it's the feathered serpent. Obviously, have really good, clear hieroglyphics on it. It morphs, the shape of the head itself morphs. You can see the scales to the square hieroglyphs on it. The teeth pattern is very simple to see. It's very always there, but the teeth turn into a solar plume pattern themselves at a different angle. This head is amazing that I have with me, and I'm offering up to see. You can see the teeth, and then there's the star patterns right there I'm depicting that's on this head. You can touch it and feel it. It's got nuclear glass, trillium glass all over it from being in a War of the Gods. I've taken legend and brought the proof. This is not legend. It is physically discovered. It has been dug out of a hole. That snake, the big one over here, was put in the hole. This is a picture of the lips of the feathered serpent and the big plumes in the back of this effigy here, the big truck-sized effigy. It is still in Michigan at Painted Turtle Endeavors property. There's your snake slit. There's one of the teeth that was broken off right there. We have the tooth. All the pieces to this thing were surrounding it in the hole. I dug 3 foot past this and ran into the construction pit they were building these things with. It was a very pure silica sand. and mixed with a carbonate. And they would take mercury and shoot it with a magnetron and make it hard like rock, just like the Vedic describes them building their temples. This was built very much the same way, and I found the ingredients. Look at all that intricate design in there. You have to really get in the hole and look at this thing. It's freaking amazing. The detail on the statue itself is insane. The level of detail is just incredible. And the design of it is insane. Now, back in there, later on, we dig up some plumes and stuff. I've got footage of this, but you can see the feathers going back into the plumes. It's an amazing find in the middle of Michigan. This is Michigan. This is Hastings region of Michigan. Now, the original tribe that was here was the Ottawa people. And right now, it's the Gun Lake tribe. But regardless, this is private property this is on. This is Jessica's land. Now, she is a native, and the Gun Lake tribe usurped her family when her grandfather died. And they have a thing against Jessica, apparently. She is native, and they're trying to keep this suppressed. Gun Lake tribe is trying to suppress this find and put it back in the hole. The Jesuits made them take all of these smaller effigies and all these small pieces around and throw them around. See, look at there's some of the plumes that they broke off. You can see the cleavage points on all of them. All the puzzles are in the box. I just took all the pieces out of the box. Now over here to the left, underneath the thing, I keep flashing by the hole right there. That's the hole that is pure silica sand in there, underneath the effigy itself, with the calcium carbonate mix in it. Now Jessica has some of the sample of the mix that's in the sand, saved at her place. This needs to be professionally done. I am not an archaeologist, but I'll tell you what, I know what I'm looking at. I knew these temples would be there. They wrote about them very clearly in legend, and they wrote about them in the Tablets of Thoth, which is also considered legend. Well, here's your physical proof. They exist. We've got amazing, that stone right there that you're looking at next to the big stone is a huge effigy underneath of fucking feathers that look like angel wings. It's amazing how huge some of these things are. And they're just all piled in this one pile. Now that rock right to the left, right there out on the other side of the hole, see, all of those are little effigies and plumes that I dug out of there. Now off to the left over here is another huge stone that's a 10-ton effigy, just like the one you're looking at, right in front of it. There's two of them in this site here, just right here. This is literally her backyard. I thought I was standing on a pregnant woman altar with a feathered cape until I dug down a little further and found the jaw. Jessica's like, no, it's a snake, dude. Well, it's also blue jade. She has taken it. It's jadeite. She has taken it to the geologists up there in Lansing, and they have assured her it's jadeite. Now, that's the king stamp I would like to see translated, and you can see it a lot better up close and in person. But you can see there, it's very detailed. And it has the feather and all that stuff right there. The feather of Mott and the closed eye. Pretty sure that's the unseen Marduk. There's your tooth line with your feather plumes. And again, that same solar plume. That one that you're looking at is a cross that you can see very clearly. There is an ankh on the solar plume also, which I believe represents planet Earth. This is a blue sun that we're depicting here. Blue jade. There's some more markings on the bottom I can't read. I have no idea what they are. But as far as the stuff that outdates the Avant, I'm pretty sure I know what it's telling us. Child abduction. That was interesting. This head has a flower matrix in it that you're going to be able to see a lot better than this, but that the flower indicating that this is made, and you can see it through the whole statue, like a monofilament. It was made when it was liquid, and it was shot through with a magnetometer or a magnetron, which is the same mechanism that makes your microwave work. When you throw a fork in the microwave, it throws sparks, creates heat. When you throw your magnetron through a mercury mix of silica, it makes stone, obviously. This is how they were doing these things. The peridot, the jade, and several artifacts now, since I've been going around the country with this in my hand, going to museums and stuff, I'm seeing museums with the same matrix in their stone artifacts. And they're different stone than the jade and the peridot. They were made in molds. This, like it says, has trillium glass. That looks like it's glazed, but it is not. It has been through a nuclear explosion. So has the big one in the hole. That one was completely exposed to a nuclear blast. It has the yellow glass all over it. Not all the effigies do, because some of them were obviously shaded from the blast. Now, the natives there had found these snake effigies, and they had written about the war of the gods that buried the temples. The Jesuits came along, made them break all the effigies, put them in this pile, and bury them. Then they murdered the Ottawa people who made the hole, and it made it into legend. I followed the legend to the hole. It just happened to be in Jessica's backyard. She's been trying to get Gun Lake to come up there and investigate the things she's been finding for years. I told her, hold my beer. I'm on my way. I knew there was something there. You can tell by the topography. It's concentric circles. Her mine is right in the center, the lowest part of fucking Michigan. Right in the center of the concentric circles. Her magnetic anomaly maps, which I've shown here on this channel, show exactly where the temples are. The very first dig I made was into the concrete. The white concrete. I have pictures of that. I cut into the concrete to prove that it was concrete. I just posted a picture of it on my Facebook today. It has no pores in it. This is what they call pudding stone. They say that the semi-precious gems there you're looking at, the jades, the jaspers, and the all that stuff in there, there's diamonds in there, in the matrix of the crystal, we're laying in a riverbed, and this matrix, completely air-free, is made of just sand, river sand, that went crystal between the semi-precious gems. Bullshit. This has the same matrix, flower matrix, magnetron signature that my jade does. And it's peridot. It's air capillary free, heavy duty, heavy weight bearing concrete. It's piezoelectric, activated by its own weight. It is amazing and sad that we have been overlooking this for too long. We could be using this to power our own buildings right now. It is an amazingly simple process. And we've been overlooking this. They did these things because they were easy, not because they were difficult. Why don't we build in stone like that? Because it's exceedingly difficult. However, if you had the pure batch sand and all the products that you do in that hole that I dug up there, you'll be able to do exactly what I'm telling you to do. Make some amazing building concrete that's piezoelectric and very weight bearing. It has no air capillaries between the points where the jade meets the or the jasper meets the peridot. There is no barrier. There is no air gaps. There are no geode-like structures inside this stuff. I cut it, as you can see, in several angles looking for air gaps. There are none. There are none in this stone. And we're finding tons of this stone on site. Those temples are only about 6 to 8 foot deep in the sandy clay layer that was the impact layer that laid over the temples. This site needs to be looked at professionally, and I need some help on it. If not, I don't really care. It's on private property. There's nobody except for Jessica that can tell me that I can't. Nobody. The Gun Lake tribe, Cherokee, the Ottawa, nobody. The state of Michigan cannot tell Jessica she can't operate her mine and dig on her own property. I'm going out there in the spring. Thank you.